Hey guys, my name's Ash. You might know me as Fairyisms online, and I'm here with Nerd Caliber today at Arisia 2020. Today we're asking cosplayers, what is the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
Never tell a cosplayer that they don't know the fandom well enough to be able to cosplay that thing. Also, never ever, 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 ever tell them you don't have the right body for that, because forget those people.
So, what is the one thing you should never say to a cosplayer?
That their costume sucks. Because like for me, I spent a lot of time on it, and if I don't want someone to come up and tell me that it sucks, because that would just hurt my feelings.
I guess degrading almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you tried really hard, and even if, I'm proud of it, even if it doesn't look the best, and I know a bunch of people would feel the same way.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
Well, I've cosplayed Sakura Haruno before, and I've gotten a lot of I hate that character, or you're so useless, or anything of that sort of nature. And when you love a character that much and you're cosplaying it, you don't really want to hear things like that. So never tell someone that their character sucks or that they shouldn't be cosplaying the character they're cosplaying, because that kind of sucks and feels bad, and it makes cosplayers mad.
I cosplayed Rayla from the Dragon Prince once, and she has horns, and the horns kind of go back against her head. But I bought horns that go forward because I thought that they looked better with the cosplay. And somebody told me, oh, you know that the horns go back against her head, right? And I'm like, yes. So don't correct somebody's cosplay. They might be inaccurate for a reason.
So the one thing I really would never tell to someone who's cosplaying is that they don't have the right body type, that they have to look a certain way, that they have to be a certain way to actually do the character that they really want to enjoy.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
Your cosplay is so good, but...
The evil butt. I agree. The evil butt.
You're not canon. You're not fitted for the character.
Well, I think one thing you should ever say is either commenting on the how their body type doesn't fit the costume, or something along the lines of how much they spend on it, commenting on either they spend too much or too little.
Personally, I just think telling people they're not right for the character, your height or your gender or your body type, I just really hate that. You can cosplay whoever you want, however you look. You can't change the color of your skin or how tall you are or if you have a disability. It's just you can be whatever character you want to be, and it should be a judgment-free zone.
I think it's any sort of something that they should change about them that they don't have an effect over, oh, you don't have the right skin color for this cosplay, or you don't have the right body type for this cosplay, or because you have a disability you can't cosplay this character, because cosplay is about having fun. And if you tell me that I can't cosplay this character because I look a certain way, it's just not cool, you know?
I think the big one I've always heard is that it's a childish thing, so I've always heard grow up. And let me tell you, this is definitely a grown-up thing, because there's a lot of budgeting, a lot of planning, and a lot of work that went into this.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
Probably pointing out anything that's not accurate in their costume is the worst thing. Because then either the person wasn't going for accurate, and then you're just sort of insulting their idea, or they were going for accurate and you're pointing out that they did something wrong.
Probably ask if they're hot in that or cold in that, because if it's a very hot day and we have lots and lots of layers on, generally, yes, we are going to be hot in that. We're human, I think, much like other people. And the other thing you shouldn't, I guess, falling into that is not just tell a cosplayer, but you shouldn't just run up and touch a cosplayer. You should definitely ask us first. If you want to hug, if you want to check out how something is made of ours. In my experience, generally people will be very open to it and say, sure, you can hug me, you can give me a high five, just always ask first.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
That their body should fit the character. Everybody is different. Everybody's different height, weight, different color, religion, ethnicity. You should be able to cosplay whoever you want, no matter what you look like, weight, height, anything.
Probably that you're the wrong body type, skin color, tone, gender, whatever, to do that character.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
Oh, you're doing that character, but you're not white,
So the one thing I think you should never ask a cosplayer is, oh, you're way too tall to be cosplaying this character. I'm actually cosplaying a first-year high school student, and I'm clearly not in high school, so it's kind of the sky's the limit. Cosplay what you want to cosplay. Height shouldn't matter. Weight shouldn't matter. Be who you want to be.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
You have to make your own costume.
I would say the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer is, can you make that face like they make online when you're dressed as something slightly sexual?
I think I get what you mean. Yeah, it is a little nerve-wracking and embarrassing when, people ask you to imitate something that's fictional and you can't do that.
It is. It's also difficult when you're cosplaying as a character you love, and just because they have a sexual side, sometimes you don't want to show that.
The first thing I can think of, I guess, is just I saw this other person who looked so much cooler than you.
Yeah.
I have to back that up. It doesn't feel great to just get kind of compared to people, but also just, it's fun to put your own little spin on it, and I think that's what cosplay is about for me, at least.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
What flaws they have in their suit or anything like that, because that goes right to their head and they get self-conscious about it. We're all self-conscious enough. We don't need that.
Something like their seams are not good. Don't tell them that. You're just going to stress them out. Let people have fun with the thing that they're doing.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
You have something on your face. Well, especially if you are wearing a costume that does not give you access to your hands, right? It's like, oh no, you got a hair right there. Well, it's like, can you get it? Because certainly I'm not going to be able to.
So what's the one thing you should never tell a cosplayer?
I wouldn't tell a cosplayer that their cosplay is too out of style. Especially in my case, I'm cosplaying an old character from the 80s, and if anyone said that to me, I'd just get upset, so yeah.
One thing you should never tell a cosplayer is ask them if their costume's real, because this feels pretty real to me, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I shouldn't have done that, sorry. My bad.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you think about that question in the comments below. This is Ash from Nerd Caliber. Have a great day.